We're here with Matt Allen of Master Lock Comanche. Matt, earlier this year I was talking to you and asking you were you bringing Comanche back, and you said you were on the fence. What swayed you?
Well, I think, given last year's, not finishing, retiring from the race, it was obviously we wanted to come back. But James Mayo and I really decided if we're going to do it, we were going to do it together. So we both had to agree to do it, and we both did. So here we are, back again, one more race to Hobart.
That's exciting and very good to have you here. What changes have you made? New sails, yes?
Yeah, we've made quite a few changes. Some of the things you can see, a number of new sails, clearly a new mainsail,
yes.
given what happened last year. They're pretty easy to buy. You just go to that local hardware and buy those off-the-shelf item.
Yeah, they're probably Black Friday discount as well.
Yeah, for sure. We've done a lot of mechanical changes to the boat, just making everything more reliable, better. Stronger, faster.
New engine as well.
New engines, lots of little things that you can't see.
Yep.
Some crew changes,
all right.
just beefing up a couple of areas of the boat. So a lot of significant changes, but nothing like new boards or new masts like some of the other boats have done.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So just briefly, last year, really difficult conditions downwind, especially actually for the 100-footers, big fat heads, sails, and then jibing and presumably battens become an issue.
Yeah.
What can you do to sort of prevent or at least reduce that chance?
Well, I think firstly is building more robust battens, which is obviously possible.
Yeah.
Less race orientated, more ocean orientated battens.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Also, it's really trying to get the hydraulics working so you can actually furl sails really quickly, keeping the boat really fast. But it's that when the top of the main comes across.
Yeah, so as
I understand, the shock loads.
Yeah, so as I understand it, the top tends to be behind, so the lower part's gone, and then when it goes, it really flicks. Yeah,
it really
and that's
flicks
when it hits the runners and the battens get.
Yeah, and that's why that's where the problems and quite unusual conditions for the Hobart, but not unusual conditions for the ocean. You can get 30 to 40 knots anywhere, right? Whether you're going upwind or downwind.
Yeah.
So it's something that requires very careful coordination. And speed's your friend.
And speed your friend, because as soon as you've got speed, you're taking pressure out of the top there. So,
and you need to be going. If you're doing wind speed, close to wind speed. That's fine, but if there's 40 knots of breeze, it's hard to be doing wind speed.
That is a little tricky. Yeah.
So that's when it gets tough.
Well, hopefully that's not an issue for this year. Finally, a couple of things. Other 100-footers, so 5. Well, actually, as you said, quasi 6 really, because Lucky's nearly behaves a bit like a 100-footer, doesn't she?
I think we count Lucky in the scorecard, so I would call it 6. Race, ocean capable. 100-footers, plus or minus with Lucky, but include them in. And so it's probably the best fleet of ocean-going, maxi boats or super maxis, if you want to call them that have ever been assembled at any time, anywhere.
Well, that's really exciting, and I think that's a pretty good note on which to end. So
Yeah.
thank you very much indeed, Matt, and look forward to seeing you more on water.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Thanks.